First of all, I am having to smile because my videographer would just want to make me laugh whenever he wants to call out shots. But then, I think it's a good thing because it helps to ease the environment before I start shitting. Hi everyone, this is your host Joy Chisholm, and of course I'm here again with another lovely episode for all of you. But before we go into it, this is me saying a happy new month. Welcome to the month of May. Yes, I am gonna blossom in every single thing you think about doing or anything that's a heart desire of yours. And as you can see, we did our anniversary and we rebranded. So this is going to be our new branded t-shirt, so get used to seeing this often enough for yourself, for the family, because it's going to be consistent on our channel. So tonight I'm going to be talking about something very important that we could tag most times as little, but these are things that if we continue making it look like it's not important or downplaying its importance in our relationship, it's going to affect it at the long run. But before we go into tonight's episode, if this is your first time tuning into this channel, do well to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, yes, when you like an episode, and of course do well to share, subscribe, and turn in your notification so you get notified whenever a new episode drops. So tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about little lies. These are things that most times you not want to tag it as lies because you feel like it's not really important, it's not really significant. Things that could at the end of the day break your relationship or break the trust you have between you and your partner. These little lies can be in form of white lies, where you're telling your partner you're good at cooking and they're not, or you're good at doing this and they are not, and because they feel that you're saying such a thing to them, that is the truth, they will stick to it, and at the end of the day it's at a long run affects your relationship and how you relate to them. These lies could also be in form of omissions, when you forget or you personally and intentionally refuse to disclose information about your past, about the present, something happening at the office, something happening with a colleague or a friend of yours with your partner, that that at the end of the day, when they find out or they get to hear from somebody else, even hear from you, maybe the situation escalates. Like I saw in a movie, she had a friend, and that friend obviously they were friends from university days, and they later met in the present time and all of that. She told her partner although, but he wanted her not to relate with her again and all of that. But at the end of the day, the guys are liking her and all of that, but she was just seeing him as a normal friend. And one day Oga came to the house and it was something else, just that the man was able to handle the situation. He almost wanted to abuse her. So these are omissions where you did not disclosing the full information about what's happening between you and people around you, or things that happened in the past. These lies could also be exaggerations, where you're telling your partner that I've been angry with you, I've not been happy with you for years or for weeks, and that is something that just 2 days ago. Why elongate it? And they now begin to look at you like someone that likes to keep things or bottle up things in their mind. They're not easily forgiving or outgoing or forgetting about things and all of that when you exaggerate matters. And these lies could also be minimizations, where you downplay the importance of how hurtful your partner speaks to you. Just like, no, don't worry, I'm okay, it didn't really matter what you said, and that it's hurting you. So these little lies, as I have listed the 4 categories, could affect your relationship. And very well that in every relationship, trust building, transparency building, good healthy communication is very important. So if you find yourself in any of the category, either white lies, omissions, exaggerations, or minimizations, then you should be able to look at yourself and say, okay, I need to adjust in these things. Because like I said, when they are being downplayed and you do not open up about these little things to your partner, it makes the trust level to reduce. I think we have an episode that connects to something like this. When your trust level for your partner reduce, or the trust level they have for you reduce, it affects how intimate the both of you will become at the long run. And intimacy in relationship is beyond having sex, is beyond having that physical touch. It's also connects with the mind. It also connects with your emotions, how aligned the emotions of you and your partner is. So I'm going to be giving little tips. Joychi, so I'm going to be giving you little tips that would help you overcome these little lies, and these are from practicing self-evaluation with yourself. Things that you know that if it's you it's happening to, if you were to be in their shoes, they didn't tell you about this thing, they didn't tell you about that thing, communicating with somebody that you have told them not to communicate with, like that movie I told you about, or anything even happening at their workspace that you know should be something that both of you should share thoughts about. Imagine that you are the person that this is happening to, how you would feel. So practice self-evaluation, practice self-reflection. Are you going to be comfortable with this? If you are not going to be comfortable with it, then that means your partner will not also be comfortable with it, because this is somebody that of course expects that you are open to them about any and every single thing. Another thing is, try as much as possible to give up on your ego. When you know that you're at fault, or you hit something you're not supposed to, or you said a lie where you're not supposed to because you were just trying to cover up or something, just give that I'm sorry speech. It is not going to take a lot of things from you, and I keep saying this in all my episodes whenever I have to, that saying I'm sorry doesn't take anything away from you, it doesn't spoil your ego or anything. So when it's needed for you to give an apology to your partner, give that apology. It's gonna help them forgetting what you did or what you have done. Another thing is, foster a culture of open communication, vulnerability. It's very important. I think the last episode we had, I talked about the men and their emotions. So make sure that you and your partner, you are vulnerable to each other. If you are not, then do you want to go crying out to somebody else that you know that people do not keep their mouth shut? And before you know, someone say, that's how she came to me that day and she was crying, or he came and was lamenting about what happened with him and his partner and all of that. So encourage that relationship of open communication, vulnerability, where both of you are able to be open with each other, not minding whether you're crying, you're not crying, you sound like somebody that's not the man as you would be, but knowing that because that time you need that openness for your partner to build that trust and intimacy. Above all, build trust with your partner every single day you have the opportunity to doing so. It doesn't mean that your partner does not trust you when you're trying to build trust with them. It only shows that you hold in high esteem the relationship and your partner at heart. So whenever you have the opportunity to reassuring them, you're building the trust over and over again. You're building that trust level they have for you, even the trust level you have for them, over and over again. And another thing I'm going to talk about that I think is something that happens, and many a times we don't even look at it, is the fact that whenever a partner is just trying to be inquisitive or wanting to know something about something that's happening in your life, most times people don't be like, take my words for what I have told you. I think that it's not a wrong thing for somebody to take your words for what you've said, but also when they need a reassurance, especially with my gender, when we need that reassurance at the time we are needing it, give it to us sincerely. Now I'm saying give it to us. Some people say, okay, judges don't say give it to us. So whenever she just wants to, I'll just say it, and it's not what it is. It's easy to want to dive into that aspect because you want to cover up on some things, but don't do that. When your partner needs that reassurance from you about a particular thing, probably you've given them your word over and over again, give it back to them. Like I saw something online, they said that whenever you are in a relationship before you get married, the same things you do when you were trying to date and keep that relationship is the same thing you should do to stay in that relationship. So I hope this episode has blessed you. Do not indulge in omissions, exaggerations, even minimizations, and any category of lies that I have spoken about. Try as much as possible to be vulnerable, have an open communication with your partner so that your trust and intimacy for each other will continually to blossom. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in our next episode, and bye.